Hello and a warm welcome to the program. I'm Melinda Akinlami. Our focus is on the Northwest today, but first, our top stories. The Chief of Defense Staff, General Christopher Musa, has been meeting with stakeholders in the nation's oil and gas industry from the Niger Delta region. The meeting, taking place in the River State capital, Port Harcourt, is meant to review the President's directive to ramp up crude oil production in the region. General Musa disclosed that the country's daily oil production currently stands at over 1.8 million barrels, expressing optimism that with the right strategies, the country will achieve the 2.2 million barrels per day benchmark set by the President.
In the past, numerous factors significantly diminished our production output, which had their implication on our economy. However, recently, significant strides have been made towards ramping up our oil production, as evident in our current output of over 1.8 million barrels per day. This achievement is a testament to the unwavering commitment of all stakeholders here, and I commend you all. Notwithstanding the notable achievements, much more collective effort is still required to achieve the overall intent of meeting Mr. President's directive of a production output of over 2.2 million barrels per day. I think for us, we look at 2.5. The Ogoni side is being worked on, and we're sure if they come on stream, things will improve.
The Special Offences Court sitting in Ikeja, Lagos, has acquitted and discharged the former Minister of Aviation, Mr. Femi Fani-Kayode, from charges of medical forgery leveled against him by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC. While delivering a ruling on the no-case submission filed by his counsel, Justice Olubunmi Abike-Fadipe held that the prosecution failed to establish a prima facie case against him. The court upheld the no-case submission filed by his counsel and ruled that Mr. Fani-Kayode had no case to answer, as the EFCC did not link him to the offense. In her ruling, Justice Abike-Fadipe said that the prosecution failed to present the defendant's associates who collected money from him or the lawyer who claimed that the defendant had instructed his law firm to take the medical report to the Federal High Court. The Kastina State Enterprise Development Agency, Katsina, hosted its youth department program called Building Your Future at its local government service commission. The event is set to empower over 1,600 beneficiaries who were drawn from the 361 political wards. The development program is in fulfillment of the campaign promises of the Katsina State Governor, Mr. Diko Rather, where he pledged to introduce the State Enterprise Development Agency to empower youth to become self-reliant. At the event, the Director General of Katsina encouraged recipients to use the opportunity to become self-reliant. The highlight of the event was the presentation of checks by the Governor.
It is with great joy and deep sense of responsibility that I stand before you today at the launching of Katsina State Enterprise Development Agency, Katsina, Building Your Future Youth Development and Empowerment Program. This initiative is a testament to our administration's dedication to equipping our youth of Katsina State with the tools and opportunities needed to build a successful future. We recognize that youth are not just leaders of tomorrow, but the driving force of today. Their energy, creativity, and entrepreneurial spirit are essential to the sustainable growth and prosperity of our dear state. It is therefore our duty to empower them with necessary skills, mentorship, and financial support to enable them to contribute effectively to the society. And the issue we are trying to address today is the issue of political thuggery. We as a government, we want to fight political thuggery, and we want to empower the political youth so that they can be gainfully employed, they can be able to source for themselves, and they can be able to create wealth for others.
The NorthWest Governors Forum has restated its commitment to collaborate with member states and tackle the menace of unemployment, out-of-school children, and insecurity in the region. Addressing journalists after the meeting in Abuja, the chairman of the forum, that's Katsina State Governor Mr. Diko Rada, said the meeting looked at issues around economic development as the governors received briefings from various interventions by the United Nations. Although the governors refused to entertain questions from journalists after the briefing, the chairman of the forum maintained that they are committed to work together to develop the region.
NorthWest Governors Forum was formed on three basic issues. First is to tackle the insecurity that has been happening in the Northwest, and also first economic and agricultural development of our region. And the whole of us have agreed to work together in areas of economic development, how to develop agriculture, how to address issues bordering about out-of-school children, how to address poverty level in the region, and also how to create employment for our teeming youth. So these are the focus of the administration of various states in the Northwest, and together, if we cooperate, we are going to achieve that holistically. And the whole Northwest states governors are in support of the efforts of Mr. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu in most of his initiative to provide economic prosperity to our country, Nigeria.
Let's bring in the founder, Youth Enlightenment Initiative of Nigeria, a passionate advocate for the education of the girl child in northern Nigeria, political activist and entrepreneur, Omar Gesso. She joins us via Zoom from the nation's capital, Abuja. A pleasure having you with us on the program. A pleasure having you with us on the program.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
So let's begin with your thoughts about the security situation in the Northwest, especially as it affects young people.
The security issues in this country is a very, very concerning issue if we look at the way it affects the lives of common northerner, because the whole of the North, apart from other problems like poverty, restlessness, and lack of children going to school. But the major effect of the insecurity, right from the time of Boko Haram down to this banditry issue, we can see that it's kind of something that our governors or any stakeholder in the northern part of the country should look into, because any community or any society that, as we have children not going to school, definitely we know there's a problem coming in the future. Let's look at as a clear picture of the victims of Boko Haram that lost their villages, lost their communities from 2011 to date. You can see that these are children that has no future because they don't even have a settlement, talk less of going to school. And this problem is coming as it's persistent. It's like progressing every day. Because even before the Boko Haram issue, we know that our schools in the northern part of the country, even generally, the way the educational system is being handled all over the country is very, very poor. But with the insurgents and the banditry in the northern part of this country, it's very, very alarming. And over the years, if nothing is being done, well, I don't think in the next coming 10 years is going to be a very beautiful picture. If you look at the infrastructure, the settlements, even the ones in the IDPs, I expect our governors to take statistics, create a program that will yield a good result tomorrow. Because even from the initial coming of the Western education, it's not quite accepted by the Northerners because we already have Islamia and Al-Majri system. But now with these challenges, so definitely if you look at the statistics, I think from the UN around 5 years ago, we have like 10 billion out of school children, but now it's as in progressing up to like 18 million according to the statistics I've seen the records going on. So if our governors or if the stakeholders didn't take any action, it's in the near future the level at which our youths or of the upcoming children will find themselves is going to be very, very ugly.
Now, Ms. Umar, we just heard the governor of Katsina State, who is representing the Northwest governors, make a pledge to work together to tackle insecurity, enhance agriculture, and drive economic development in the zone through collaborations with development partners such as the United Nations. Now, with agriculture being the main focus, in what ways do you think they can involve young people to drive this?
You know, there are always good plans. There are always good pictures being like portrayed from our governors or from the government that what's going to happen. But the major problem we're having in this country is implementation. There will be resources, there will be initiatives, there will be plans, but the execution of those plans, reaching the right people or the right beneficiaries, is the major concern we have in this country. Every governor will come out with initiatives or with programs, but are we truly targeting the people that are affected? Are we sure that those things, that all the designs that we're making are being like centered towards the people that are supposed to benefit those things that have been empowerment after empowerment every day, but we don't see the impact of those billions that are being spent every day for those empowerments, because along the line there is no checks and balances where we will see people as in governors being strong-handed, as in putting the right people there to implement those. Very unfortunate, whatsoever project is being put in place is not targeting the common man for the benefit of the people that are there that just put on the program. We need people that are so very patriotic that will do bring in projects and programs that will directly affect the life of a common man.
So what would you like to see, especially on the issue of out-of-school children and how they will address the poverty level and create more jobs for the teeming youth?
There are a lot of programs going on, but we need to even identify where are we today. The governors need to start talking about real matters, real issues that are facing as in the communities. For example, now I saw a governor budgeting 4.something billion naira for Ramadan feeding. I saw another one budgeting 2.something billion targeting as in marrying of widows or widows and widows. Is that our own target? Are these our problems where other states are budgeting to create electricity, to create a sustainable environment that businesses will strive? We tend to forget the important things and face on unrealistic things. If at all these huge monies that I put in to as an intangible things will be put to only education, there will definitely be results. So I'm calling on our governors to be championing better projects, things that will impact and upgrade the lives of people, not only things that will favor them.
Ms. Umar Getso, a pleasure speaking with us on the program.
Thank you very much for having me.
23,000 households are said to benefit from the federal government's cash transfer program, which is taking place in Jigawa State. Governor Umar Namadi, who flagged off the program, said the initiative will significantly improve the lives of the people. Our correspondent, Sadiq Ilyasu, has more.
Men and women from across the 27 local government areas of Jigawa State have gathered for the flag-off ceremony of the federal government's cash transfer program. The program aims to support about 23,000 vulnerable households in the state, and Governor Umar Namadi believes it will help mitigate economic hardship
Today, we have seen beneficiaries that are supposed to get up to 75,000 naira. Each and every beneficiary will get 75,000 naira, and about 23,000 beneficiaries will benefit in Jigawa State. This is something that will definitely improve economic activity, that will improve the livelihood of our people in Jigawa State. So we sincerely thank Mr. President for this intervention, and we want to assure him that this intervention will go in a long way in helping our people to improve their livelihood. We assure Mr. President that Jigawa people are people who knows what is right and they do what is right. Therefore, this cash transfer which we have launched today is being launched, and people have collected. We have demonstrated how people physically collected their money, 75,000 and 50,000. So we are very grateful to Mr. President for this intervention, and we want to assure him that these people will utilize it in the best way possible.
The beneficiaries have been provided with ATM cards and will receive their funds directly, ensuring there is no third-party involvement.
The World Bank indices that shows that Jigawa State is one of the poorest states in Nigeria. So in trying of the federal government to at least bring up people out of poverty, that is why the present administration come back with this program in order to at least help poor and vulnerable households. So as you could see, we have a number of beneficiaries that are going to receive the ATM cards, which one, some are credited with 25,000 naira, some 50,000, some 75. So it's a program that is launched by his present administration in order to at least help the poorest people among society.
With this initiative, the government hopes to alleviate poverty and improve the well-being of the people in Jigawa State. Sadiq Ilyasu, Channels Television News.
Kaduna State has witnessed an improvement in agriculture, health and education as the issue of insecurity is being tackled. The governor of Kaduna State, Uba Sani, made the remark while signing a mutual accountability framework agreement with the United Kingdom's Foreign and Commonwealth Development Office in Abuja. Governor Sani believes his approach to tackling insecurity is yielding results.
We refuse to address the issue of insecurity from the surface. We look into the root cause of the insecurity. We also look at what are really the symptoms that causes this insecurity and what are the insecurity drivers. We look at all those things. We sat down, particularly with the community leaders. Today, I'm happy to say that all the 3 local governments we're talking about, their people are going back to the town. They are looking forward to this dry season farming in Kaduna. People are going back to this. And not only that, because of the peace accord, 287 of the captives that were in captivity for over a year were released to Kaduna State government. Today, as I speak, I'm not sure if there's anybody today that can talk about kidnappings in Kaduna, even in the last 3 to 4 months or 5 months. And people come up to Benin very free. The people are moving freely today, and the students are happy. There's insecurity. There's problem of insecurity issue have been addressed. No problem of insecurity. And for me, it's something that I will say, because without addressing the insecurity problem in Kaduna, all these things we're talking with you here today, the healthcare, the agriculture, the education, cannot be possible.
Meanwhile, the Kaduna State government has also launched an advocacy solution project for improving primary health care. According to the State Commissioner of Health, Umar Ahmed, the project, which will be implemented between 3 to 5 years, is to strengthen the policy and financing environment for gender-responsive health systems. He adds that to uphold the health commitments and contribute to the objectives of the primary healthcare transformation strategy, the Nigeria Health Sector Renewal Investment Initiative has also come on board.
Since inception, the administration of Governor Uba Sani of Kaduna State has come up with several policies and initiatives to strengthen healthcare delivery in the state. The launch of the Health Advocacy Solution Project by the state government is aimed at improving funds and creating access to healthcare services at the primary health level, especially for vulnerable groups. The state government is hoping that development partners will support the project.
My own advocacy is for this our partners to assist in identifying or getting funding from partners to implement most of these activities, especially those in the area. Last year, we launched how many policies? 8. So if we can implement these 8 projects, as the DPR has mentioned, honestly, it will go a long way in improving the health outcomes of our state.
Yes, family planning communities, actually, if you read our proposal document, FP communities comes out as a very big challenge, and it's not just for Kaduna State, actually. Like I mentioned last, in December we were in Kano, where we made some progress with Kano. They also have had challenges with their family planning, community release as well, and that's similar to Kaduna. So we know that we are making progress in Kano. I believe strongly we will make progress in Kaduna.
The Advocacy Solution Project is expected to be implemented between 3 to 5 years, with a target to strengthening the policy financing environment as well as development and implementation of health policies that are gender sensitive.
We want to see our medical people performing 100% in the year, and also addressing the key functions that they are meant to address. Again, looking at the AOP, the activities in the AOP, you will see that the activities in the AOP, not all of them have a funding source. There are many of them that are under funding gap. Although our tradition before is not any activity that doesn't have a funding source is out. But the current approach of the federal is that we should look at those things that we really need to make the difference. Whether they have a funding source or not, let's have them in the AOP. Then we can now have opportunity to advocate for funding one way or the other.
The Kaduna State government has developed a 5-year strategic health development plan to achieve universal health coverage, especially to improve reproductive, maternal, newborn, child and adolescent health.
The Federal Ministry of Women Affairs, in collaboration with the Economic Community of West African States Gender Development Center, has embarked on a needs assessment visit to Kastina State to support obstetric fistula patients. According to the team, a 3-day workshop will be conducted, first to create awareness about the causes and consequences, provide medical care, and offer financial support to affected women and girls. The focal person for the project, Mr. Ilyasu Zubair, described the disease as a great health concern in Nigeria, stating that over 500 women are targeted in the state.
The issue of obstetric fistula in Nigeria is a great health concern. It's a condition that affects women mostly, and the major causes of obstetric fistula is prolonged labor, and then lack of access to quality health facilities, issue of poverty, issue of education, among other several factors. Reason why these activities is coming up is that despite huge resources, huge investment on the prevention, on repair, on rehabilitation by regional, national and sub-regional government, the problem, there is high prevalence of fistula. So there is need for the regional, at regional level, at national level, at sub-national level, for high awareness creation, high sensitization of the public, the causes of this fistula, condition, disease, which on how to prevent it, because it is a disease that is preventable.
Finally on the program, 35 indigents from Kano State who have distinguished themselves in various professions have been honored by the governor, Abba Yusuf, at a non-political civic reception. Hawa Ibrahim, the first female police officer to be promoted to the rank of Commissioner of Police, and Professor Umar Abdullahi, the first female professor of mechanical engineering, are amongst 33 others receiving a grand reception by the Kano State government. Governor Yusuf believes that their promotions, experiences and achievements will have a positive impact on the younger generation.
Thank you so much. The Kano State government is really grateful and ever ready to support and complement the good efforts and initiatives of the government in ensuring a peaceful and prosperous society. To the celebrants, I congratulate you as well as members of your families once again. And I urge you to never relent in your efforts to join hands with any peace-loving and progressive body in serving your society, your state, and your country in general. Finally, I thank everybody who has contributed in one way or the other towards your success. For your success is the success of Kano State and Nigeria as a whole.
That's the program today. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Melinda Akinlami.